This is 5 on your side at noon. Focused on you.
Right now, 5 days into the United Auto Workers strike, the Big Three face a new deadline. If there's no deal, more workers will walk off the job. Thanks for being here at noon. I'm Kay Quinn. Right now, 13,000 United Auto Workers are on strike, including about 4,000 GM workers in Wentzville. But the targeted work stoppage could grow by the end of this week. NBC's Jay Gray brings us details of the new deadline from the Ford plant in Fort Wayne, Michigan.
Yeah, look, I think the wording is important here. The UAW president calling for, quote, serious progress in negotiations, not a tentative agreement as he did ahead of the contract deadline last week. Now, there's been no public response from GM, Ford, or Stellantis about the new union deadline. Talks with the automakers are ongoing after what's described as record offers that include a roughly 20% hourly wage increase, thousands of dollars in bonuses, and a stepped-up benefits package. That pay raise, though, just about half of what the union has asked for. While we now know when, we don't have any indication of where or how many union workers might join the nearly 13,000 on the picket line already as part of what are ongoing targeted strikes. The UAW strategy is to maintain an element of surprise in an effort, union leaders say, to build economic leverage during negotiations. Again, the talks are continuing right now, and that deadline set for noon on Friday. That's the latest from here in Wayne. I'm Jay Gray. Back to you now.
And boy, weather on this Tuesday is incredible. You notice a little bit more of a southerly breeze at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Some of the gusts I've seen as high as about 23. And it's really warm out there, and the warmest day of the week will likely be today. Plus, the sun shines out there. We have a few systems that we're watching, one around Kansas and also Oklahoma. So some weak disturbances that are heading in our direction, but we're nice and dry today. Plenty of sunshine, maybe some high clouds. Even Chicago at O'Hare currently raining in about 61. But we're dry, and there are those current wind speeds and gusts. 14 miles an hour at Lambert, gust to 23. So it's a little bit on the breezy side, but beautiful. It's already 80 degrees, and that humidity is low at 38%. Dew point is climbing just a little bit. And so you'll notice that moisture is on the increase the next couple of days. There's a warm breeze out there, 86 for that high temperature, and the Cardinals play again tonight. Congratulations to Wayno. What a magical night last night. 80 at 7 o'clock, 72 at 10 o'clock, and we'll talk about rain chances coming up.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Jim. Right now, good news for HSHS patients in Illinois. 4 of the hospital system's online features are back up and running after a blackout late last month. Patients can now access hospital and clinic websites, phone systems, the MyChart patient portal, and guest Wi-Fi in hospital facilities. HSHS says their team is still working to restore the rest of their digital systems. We are about 1 month into the new school year, and safety and security are top of mind. Right now, there's a new initiative helping identify at-risk students and direct them away from potential violence. 5 on your side's Alex Vees breaks down this new school safety program created by our local FBI.
Parkway really got involved after the Parkland shooting.
Parkway School District Student Discipline Coordinator Dr. Greg Wagner shows us the Comprehensive School Threat Assessment Guideline, the book Parkway bases its school safety initiative on.
It's all about a team at a school knowing the student who made the threat. They know the student the best. What was going on in this situation? What do we need to know about this student? What do we need to know about the comments that he made? Is the threat legitimate? Is the threat not legitimate? What resources can we provide to support the student and their family?
FBI officials say almost all mass school shooters shared threatening or concerning messages or images in advance. More than 75% raised concern from others prior to the attacks. Jay Greenberg is FBI St. Louis Special Agent in charge.
And what we see in school shootings and in mass acts of violence as well is that in almost every single case, there were others who knew about intended plans or others who saw a person in distress and failed to report that to authorities who could intervene and may have changed the outcome.
So anybody can raise a red flag regarding something that a student said or did. FBI officials hope to empower school leaders to evaluate concerning students to help prevent violence before it escalates.
Any teacher, any staff member, any student anywhere can say, hey, we have a concern. My friend posted this online. I heard my friend say this to somebody else. Be able to come to a trusted adult at the school.
Whether or not there is a threat assessment team in your particular school district, all families, community members, students, and school administrators should be encouraged to report behavior if they see it that's concerning.
Alex Fees, 5 on your side.
We have a list of resources where you can report concerning behavior when you look for this story under the As Seen on TV tab of KSDK.com. Right now, Narcan, the drug for opioid overdoses, should be available over the counter at pharmacies all across America, but it's not always in stock. 5 on your side, Sydney Stallworth explains the cost of the drug and where you can find Narcan if it's sold out at your local pharmacy.
Walgreens shared in a press release that Narcan over-the-counter would be available nationwide in all of its stores by September 7th. But it's the 19th, and not all stores have it in stock or on the shelves. I checked in with this store in Northampton, and I was told it never received a shipment. Over-the-counter Narcan nasal spray is designed to reverse the effects of life-threatening opioid emergencies. The medication was previously available in emergency rooms, through some state and city governments, in overdose prevention groups, or at retail pharmacies, but only with a prescription. Now you can buy it off the shelves as a result of the FDA's approval of the first non-prescription version of the drug back in March. The Walgreens website shows Narcan is in stock in nearly all area locations, but I've checked, and the store here at Northampton and the Gravois location, for example, are among the stores without the supply. CVS Pharmacy says it rolled out the medication to 7,500 locations nationwide. Of the 25 stores in the St. Louis metro area, only about 8 have Narcan for sale over the counter. Narcan is going for around $44.95 retail price at both Walgreens and CVS. You can skip the pharmacy and get Narcan for free in our area. All St. Louis County Library branches now carry Narcan. Affinia Healthcare also has free Narcan at its pharmacies, and you can get Narcan through an organization called Prevent Ed, which says everyone should consider having it in their homes.
When we look at overdose rates in our communities and we look at individuals who experience overdoses, it can happen anywhere. And so as people who, live in this community and are out and about, I mean, it might happen in your home, even if you don't think that somebody in your home is using or misusing an opioid.
In South City, I'm Sydney Stallworth, 5 on your side.
While all Walgreens locations get shipments of Narcan, a representative tells 5 on your side to check the availability at your local store. It can vary depending on the day. New at noon, this video captured the moment 5 Americans who'd been imprisoned in Iran stepped back onto American soil. They landed at a military airfield near Washington, D.C. just hours ago. The deal to free them required the U.S. to unfreeze $6 billion in Iranian funds. A senior Biden administration official says this release does not change America's relationship with Iran in any way. It's unlikely an American being held in Russia will be released anytime soon. A trial date for a Wall Street Journal reporter is set for later this year. Evan Gershkovich has been held in custody since March. He's accused of spying, something he, the Journal, and the U.S. government deny. Right now, he faces up to 20 years in Russian prison. The family of a Texas teenager is considering legal action after his high school suspended him twice over his hairstyle. School officials suspended Daryl George for wearing twisted dreadlocks, citing a dress code policy that requires male students to keep their hair cut above their eyebrows and earlobes. George's mom says he doesn't violate the rules because he keeps it tied on the top of his head. Earlier this year, Texas banned discrimination based on hairstyles. Are you feeling the pinch at the pump? Why we're not seeing gas prices cool off as we head into fall. A new player will wear the Captain C on his blue sweater this Saturday. Who the team chose to replace Ryan O'Reilly.